Have you ever experienced these symptoms? If so, you may have influenza. Hemagglutinin, a glycoprotein found on the surface of influenza viruses, is responsible for causing this illness.
Hemagglutinin is a homotrimetric integral membrane protein. It is shaped like a cylinder, approximately 13.5 nanometers long. Three identical monomers that constitute hemagglutinin are constructed into a central helix coil. The three spherical heads contain the acid binding sites.
For influenza virus to become effective, hemagglutinin must be cleaved. An enzyme released from the human respiratory tract performs this function. The cleavage frees one end of the segment called the fusion peptide. It is hydrophobic and is buried in the core of the trimetric complex. The host cell takes it up by endocytosis.
This diagram depicts how hemagglutinin binds to a host cell. Once the three heads come in contact with the binding site, the three heads separate from the structure, allowing the core of hemagglutinin to release an enzyme that infects the cell.
When asked about the vaccination process, this is what microbiologist Rachel Richmond had to say.
In particular, with the vaccination, you're directly exposing your body to some component of the microorganism, whether it's part of its cell surface or there's another component that provides or elicits a really good immune response. That's what you're putting into your body. Your body recognizes it as foreign and it starts producing antibodies against that particular component that you find on that microorganism.
This is a picture of what happens when antibodies attack hemagglutinin. The purple structures are the antibodies. The antibodies attach to the binding sites on the trinomer, preventing it from binding to a host cell.
Here is a picture of a nurse administering the dead virus in vaccine form. Next, you'll see a picture of a child receiving the live virus in nasal form. Both of these are effective ways to prevent getting influenza.
About 2 weeks ago, 6-year-old Miami native Caroline Miller almost lost her life. This is her story.
She was diagnosed with flu and pneumonia. Within 36 hours, she was on a ventilator and fighting for her life.
She couldn't make her own appointment. That was my responsibility. Not getting her flu shot was by far the greatest parenting mistake, and really the greatest mistake I have ever made in my life.
This diagram depicts the number of adults in the first week of January this year that were hospitalized. About 36,000 people die each year, as well as over 200,000 that are hospitalized. In the time that you have watched this case study, about 3 people have been hospitalized. That could be you. So get vaccinated today.